Hi everyone, it's Merhnaz Campbell, and I just wanted to share some top tips that I learned about listening recently when I attended a course in Birmingham. The key fact I want to share with you is about listening. I know everybody talks about improving listening skills, but what I learned during this course was listening is probably in two parts. One is listening to the content that somebody is sharing with you. The other one is listening to their preferences of how they communicate that content with you. And I want to draw your attention to the second part, because according to Richard Bandler and Grinder, there are three main representational systems that we use as human beings when we communicate. One is visual, the other one is auditory, and the other one is kinesthetic. And it doesn't mean we don't use other representation, but it means each of us has to have a preference for one of these three more than the others. By paying attention to somebody and the words, phrases, and descriptions that they use, we can get a better understanding of that person's preference. And by knowing that, we can communicate and connect with them better. Let me give you a few examples. So if I'm talking to somebody on a video call or on an audio call, and they say to me, "Oh, I see what you mean," the fact that they use the word see gives me an indication that they have a preference for visual representations. So if I want to respond back to them, I would say, "Let me show you," and then use visual aids to communicate the point I want to put across to them. If somebody says, "Well, I don't know how I feel about that," that gives me an indication that person is talking about feelings. So they're more likely to have a representation of kinesthetic and preference for that. And if somebody says to me, "Well, I've not heard anybody else talk about it, I've not heard any evidence about it," gives me an indication that person's preference is to receive information through an auditory representation. So pay more attention to the way, the words, the phrases, and how people communicate, as well as paying attention to the content that they share with you. Hopefully that helps you better connect with people on their preferred modality.